All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live right here in full effect with West Coast hip-hop legend, the one, the only, Mack 10 of Westside Connection. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How you doing?
I gotta say, first and foremost, man, I'm doing great. And also, thank you so much for just providing myself and my listeners with a little bit of your time this evening.
It's all good. What's up with it?
I gotta ask you, man, because I know you're a busy guy, so I'm gonna jump right into this. But I have to ask you, starting back from the beginning of your career, like, what actually made you decide to get into the music industry?
Uh, I was just always, a hip hop fanatic. You know what I'm saying? Like I just always loved hip hop music. It was just a part of me, really. I always liked poetry and talking slick. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop was natural.
And also, your first appearance was actually on Ice Cube's 1994 Bootlegs and B-Sides compilation on the mix track, What Can I Do? I have to ask you, what was it like working on that track, and how did yourself and Ice Cube initially get connected?
Um, of course, I was young. It was an honor to be on that record. That was a big record. We got connected with one of my homeboys named Shorty from the Next Mile. Rest in peace.
And especially just being so young, being able to work with an individual like Ice Cube. Because I remember when you guys actually formed Westside Connection, I think it was the same year that your Bow Down record actually went platinum.
Yeah, probably. No, it probably was a little bit before then, but yeah, we did a record called Slaughterhouse on my first album, and I think we did like West Up or something on Dub C's album, and then the Westside Connect album.
And also, what's the story behind behind Westside Connection? Like, what made you guys decide to start a huge group like that?
Um, it was just natural chemistry with us. We was homies, and we did a couple of records together that came out really well. So we decided to form a group.
And I remember as well when Bow Down came out, and also Gangsta Nation, man. Those were actually like my joints, man. I listened to those like every single day, and I still do, like they came out yesterday.
Yeah, that's good. Those are classics, real classics.
You can never go wrong with the classics, in my personal opinion.
That's what's up.
And also as well, man, one of my other favorite tracks that you actually did was actually a collaboration with Warren G on the track I Want It All. I was wondering, how did yourself and Warren actually get connected? And of course, what was it like working with him on that project?
Warren G is a cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He's an amazing producer and just a real good all-around guy. You know what I'm saying? Warren is good people. And, it was a pleasure working with him. It was real easy. He had it laid out what he wanted, and, all I had to do was just put my lyrics together and hop on, and the rest is history. That's another classic.
Oh man, most definitely. I gotta say with that as well that you're like, when you said amazing chemistry, man, you guys do have phenomenal chemistry on that song, man. You know what I mean? I remember my favorite part of that song is when you actually said thanks to y'all, I got plaques on the wall, man. And I gotta say, man, it's really cool that you actually paid homage to your fans within that song.
Yeah, that's a must.
And also as well, man, aside from music, you actually did some acting as well. And I remember you actually were on an episode of Dark Angel that was actually one of James Cameron's shows, man. I have to ask you, what was it like taking part in Dark Angel? And of course, how did that role come to be?
I really don't remember how it came, but it came, and it was a pleasure. That was it was fun. You know what I'm saying? That was a different kind of experience back then. That was it was fun. It was good, but I don't really know. They ended up calling and asking, that I want to do it or something. I really don't remember how it happened, but I remember doing it, and it was a good experience.
And I gotta say that show most definitely deserved to be a little bit longer. I think it only I think it was a short-lived series with only like 2 seasons or something like that. But it was a phenomenal series.
Yeah, yeah.
And also another amazing movie that you actually took part in was actually a movie with a bunch of other West Coast hip hop legends like C.J. Mack and many, many others. Is actually Thicker Than Water. I have to ask you, what was it like actually doing a movie with so many other hip hop legends like yourself?
I mean, I put that movie together. You know what I'm saying? It was my movie, and so it was easy, really. Everybody that was in the movie was people that I had like close affiliation affiliation with, you know. So it was really easy. Really, we was just having fun, and you know, we put together a good one, you know, a real underground classic movie, you know. So you know, it was really, it was just fun. Though we didn't even take it that serious. We didn't know it was gonna be big like that when we was doing it. We was really just having fun.
And I have to say as well, like I remember when I first watched that movie, I was so surprised with all the hip hop legends that were in it. It was literally like you were sitting on the edge of your seat, really wondering who's gonna pop up in the film next.
Yeah. Like I said, man, we was just having fun. Really, like, hey, I'm shooting a movie. Come down. Hey, I got a park for you. You know, come through. You know, pull up. You know, we was just having fun.
And also in the year 2000, you also released a song titled "Tight to Death," featuring T-Boz, which is also your ex-wife. I have to ask you, how did you initially get connected with T-Boz? And of course, what was it like doing that song with 1/3 of TLC?
It was good. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. You know, we was married, so of course the chemistry was there. But you know, I met her through one of my homeboys actually, through QD3, Quincy Jones' son. Like he used to produce a lot of records for us. You know, and so you know we was around each other a lot. And, you know, he just told me to come up to the video shoot with him one day. You know, and the rest is history.
And also, since like obviously you're married to T-Boz and whatnot, did you ever have the opportunity to actually sit down and chop it up with Lisa Left Eye? And if so, what was she like as a person? Because unfortunately, not a lot of individuals really know because of her unfortunate timely death.
She was always cool, people. She was always cool to me. You know what I'm saying? Like always. So yeah, you know, me and Tion was married, so quite naturally, like all of them was around a lot. You know, they was around. So yeah, but Lisa was cool people.
And I gotta say quickly as well, just rest in paradise to Lisa Left Eye, man. Such a phenomenal, talented individual, gone way too soon.
Definitely.
And also, you were the founder of Who Bangin' Records. I have to ask you, what made you actually decide to start your own record label? And of course, who is currently signed under you right now?
I mean, I haven't done many records, you know, in quite some time now, as far as you know, the record label kind of thing. But you know, I started a label because that was just a natural thing to do for somebody like me. You know, once I get into something, you know, I get into it and get my feet wet, and once I feel like I've mastered it, or you know, can really, you know, do it the way I want to do it, you know, then I try to like put my own touches on there, you know, and then the next like natural thing for me to do after the success of my first record was to get my own label, you know. So that's how that started, and that's how it went.
And I also read as well that Who Bangin' Records actually did some production work on the WWF Aggression soundtrack album. I have to ask you, what was it like actually working with like the World Wrestling Federation? Because I know sometimes Vince McMahon most definitely can be nice to work with, or he can be a pain in the ass.
No, they cut the check, man, so it was all good.
Hey, most definitely. As long as you got paid for your work, man, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I ain't had no problem with none of them. They cut the check, and it was good.
Did you have to actually have the opportunity to meet anybody from the WWF back in the day, like The Rock or anything like that, or was it just strictly just do the song and get the check and call it a day?
I think I probably met a couple of them over the years, just like in different situations, but they didn't have nothing to do with the song. You know, yeah. Nah, it wasn't like that. You know, they called and they was doing a project and, you know, was interested in getting us on there, and, you know, like I said, you know, they made the business happen, and we gave them a song.
And I also read on an article from a few months back that you were actually working on a brand new album titled The Red Print. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a little bit more about that album and what can they expect from it when it drops to the general public.
It's a Mack record, for real. You know, like the records on there is Mack records. I don't know how to like try to, you know, do what nobody else is doing or nothing. You know, if you like Mack 10, you're gonna like the Red Print. You know, it's real Mack 10 kind of records. You know, so anybody that's been a fan already is gonna love this project.
And I'm gonna say I'm actually really looking forward to a brand new Mack 10 record. And I know this is probably kind of like a dumb question, but are you gonna be producing any hard copies for the listeners that really do still love that CD format? Because I do know that some artists are really transitioning away from the physical copies.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get a couple of them pressed up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's hip hop. You know, so I'm sure.
And also, as well, I actually heard from Young Trey during the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM Awards show that yourself and him are actually working on a new project together. I know you probably can't let too many cats out of the bag right now, but can you tell our listeners a bit more about that project and what can they expect from that when it does drop?
I mean, uh, Trey is always working with me, man. Trey is my DJ, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, Trey been producing records for me since my first record. So he's all he like in house. With us. So like he's always gonna work with us. As a matter of fact, we just did a record called King of Chevys for the Red Print album, and he produced it, and Battle Cat did the hook for me. So it's a hot record too. It's for the low riders.
And I gotta say as well, DJ Battlecat is another phenomenal producer, man. That does not deserve, that does not get the recognition that he truly deserves, man. He is most definitely such an amazing producer and DJ at that.
No doubt about it. One of the best.
And I have to ask you, Mac 10, like, other than the red print and the stuff you're working on with Young Trey, like, what's next for you? Is there anything, what's next for 2021? There anything I happen to miss during this interview? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? We saw you here live on the Canadian airwaves.
I mean, you see me, hit the nail on the head, man. I got the red print coming, and ain't nothing else we can really do but just cut new music and just do what we do. I got a cannabis brand out called Red Gas that's doing phenomenal. And, other than that, I'm in the studio putting this red print together, man.
And it's just true, there's not very much you can do, especially with this lockdown going on. I know you guys have one going on in California. We got one going on here in Canada, so there's not much to do but stay in the house and work.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, Mac 10, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves quickly before we wrap things up. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, and also your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Mac 10 if they're not already doing so.
Shout out to everybody that's a fan of Mac 10. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for all your years of support. And, we're going to keep getting it and putting the kind of music together that I know how to put together. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep giving you what you want. And on Instagram is at Westside Mac 10.
And I gotta say, Mac 10, first and foremost, quickly before we let each other go, man, I just gotta say thank you for years of amazing hip hop, man. Like, your music most definitely defined my life, man. I went through a lot of hard times, and Westside Connection and Mac 10 was always there to pick my ass back up. So thank you so much for years of amazing hip hop.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your support. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I was able to help. Good looking out.
Hey man, most definitely, you are most certainly welcome. If you keep making them, I'm most definitely going to keep buying them and spinning them. Thank you so much, Mac 10. Nothing but love from down here in Canada.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
You're most certainly welcome. Have yourself a wonderful night.